Great day. How are you?
Grand Rising.
Hi. Great day. Great day.
Let me see here. I am going to so we're going to go up to 9 and we're gonna try that this week. Well, we're gonna do that this week. Almost at 9. Well, let's just say at 9 o'clock. That way we don't have to worry about it. 9 o'clock, maybe about 5 minutes till we start telling people to go over to the other site. Go to
Facebook, I mean, Instagram.
Elizabeth Visionary Conference.com. I'm going to change that to make that shorter this week. So we don't have to say that whole thing all the way out. Okay, so we're going to go live now. Peace, you ready? Or Danyelle, are you kicking off? You're on mute, honey.
I can kick off, be like Grand Rising, Elizabeth, and this is well, you guys are here at Mommy Mogul Mindset Mondays, and I'm your co-host Danyelle Claxton, along with your host at Peace Nikita.
Okay, let me. I didn't know if you was practicing or what.
No, because we're live right now, aren't we?
Yeah, I can cut that part off. That's just us right now. I'm about to go live on with Facebook. Okay, I just wanted to know who am I kicking it off to?
Kick it off to me.
Okay, darling.
All righty.
Here we go.
Grand Rising, Elizabeth. Hi, my name is Danyelle Claxton. I am co-host of Mommy Mogul Mindset Mondays, and I am starting it off while the host at Pizza Makita makes it here. So I am here. First of all, I want to say happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. We just experienced a very beautiful Mother's Day. And I'm beginning to realize Mother's Day has now become a weekend. It's no longer a day, it's now a weekend. And, you know, this morning, as we get ourselves together, I just like to hear from the mothers that are here, you know, how was your Mother's Day? How was your Mother's Day or your Mother's Day weekend?
Good morning, Grand Rising. This is Nawili here in California right now. Top of the AM to all my beloveds. My Mother's Day weekend was wonderful.
Can we have some camera?
Oh, I'm sorry.
See your
Okay.
beautiful face when we're
All right.
speaking. Yeah.
There I am. So I'd say at the top of the list is yesterday, I was privileged and had the opportunity to spend it with my spirit daughter. Her name is Adia, and she, as we speak this morning, is preparing to meet with her doula to give birth to her second daughter.
Oh,
So I got
beautiful.
to spend time doing her hair yesterday, drinking tea. She served me and made me salads, and it was the most glorious connection with her eldest daughter, her husband, and just celebrating and the preparation for what is to unfold today. A blessing, another divine experience, and another giant step in her journey. So that was one of the best days I spent in my Mother's Day. So I just wanted to share that with you, and y'all send some wonderful wonderful Elizabeth energy out to Adia today.
Yes.
Awesome. And did anybody else want to share?
Well, I'll share. I had a glorious time. I woke up and my husband took me to brunch at Bob Evans, and it was really wonderful. It was just, you know, that time with him, because my son had already engaged me to go on the Detroit Princess Riverboat. And my sister Pam and Sharita and Latisse from the shop, and my brother went, and my little grandbaby Mimi went, and it was really wonderful, really wonderful. Matter of fact, I think the Elizabeths need to do something on there when we have our conference in August, because it'll be nice and hot, and just it was really wonderful, dancing, listening to Motown music, and just, you know, just loving all the different texts that came in and the calls and stuff. It was just a good celebration day of being a mommy and a grandma. That's, you know, precious right there, being a grandma. So I just think, and I definitely felt the Elizabeth spirit, because it's talked about, Elizabeths are talked about all the time, from me sharing to come in and join us, or people that I run into that's heard about it, or has been involved in it. And so I just thank God for all of you Elizabeths, and all the mommies, and the journey of the mommy. How about that? The journey of the mommy. So that was, I had a glorious time. Thank you for asking.
Awesome. I had an epiphany yesterday. My SO was actually doing the introduction leader program to Landmark. So it was a weekend, and I swear at every break we went somewhere to go get something to eat. And the first place we went to was Bob Evans, and the server was like, well, you know, are you a mommy? And I had, you know, he asked that question, and I paused for a second. I just said, yes. I said, yes, because technically I am. And it's like, just saying that, because there was a certain shift in that with confidence. You know, my child may not be here on the earthly plane, but definitely is one among the ancestors. And it's like, you know, I went through that process. I really did. It's like, it was definitely different, and the outcome was different. But once you go through that initiation, whether your child is here in the physical or in the spirit, you're still a mother. And it was like, it was a beautiful day. It was a beautiful day. It was full of food, which made me extremely happy. And you know, it was definitely an eye opener for me to say that, and to just to actually say that, and just be like, oh, I am. So that was very powerful for me, extremely powerful.
That's awesome, because you are.
In so many ways I am. I didn't realize that. It's like, oh, okay. So yeah, it was a beautiful and blessed day and weekend, and I hope everybody had a wonderful time. Wonderful time. I see my co-host said, peace, hi. Okay, you're muted. There she is.
Unmute yourself, babe. We see you dancing, but we don't hear you.
We don't hear you. Oh, snap.
There we go.
Oh, looks like we might be having some technical difficulties here.
Please say something.
No, we see your lips.
We don't hear you yet, baby.
No, we don't hear you.
Yeah. Anyone else that want to share their mommy day?
Happy mommy days to anybody.
How about now?
There we go.
It's called the Mercury retrograde, people.
Yep.
That's what it's called.
You know it's retrograde.
All right. Yes. Reset. Okay. The mic is on. Mic check. 1, 2.
Yes, yes.
Good morning, everybody.
We hear you.
How
Grand
you
Rising.
doing? How's everybody doing today? Come on, chime in. I saw
Well,
everybody talking about their Mother's Day this morning. So thank you, Danyelle, for taking the lead. My baby was leaving for school this morning, so I thought I was going to be on. I actually tried to log on, but I was having technical difficulty. And then she's walking out the door at the same time. So thank you, Danyelle, for holding up the fort.
No problem. That's what we're here for.
So I'm glad everyone had a beautiful Mother's Day. I definitely had a nice and calming Mother's Day. It wasn't a lot going on. It was one of the more quieter Mother's Day. But my favorite present of all, I got flowers, I got candy, I got well wishes. But my favorite gift of all is that my grandbaby will be coming to visit this month. So I'm super duper excited. I got the text yesterday. So I'm really happy I get to spend some grandmama time. Well, she doesn't call me Grammy or anything like that. She calls me honey. So I get to spend some honey time with her. I'm super, super excited. So yeah, that was the best part of my Mother's Day. But I'm so glad to see everyone here. Are you guys ready to start a wonderful week? Say aye.
Hi.
Hi.
Aye.
Hi.
Yes, we are in Mercury retrograde season. And if you don't know what that is, please make sure you take the time to Google, because the Mercury retrograde is a real thing. I will honestly say I have experienced it for over 10 years now. When I first heard about it, I was like, Mercury retrograde, whatever, and then the more I got into astrology, the more I started to study it, the more I started to watch patterns. Let me tell you, boo, that thing is real, okay? It exists. Yep, yes. It does. It absolutely does. And if you can relate to the, I'm gonna say effects, because when I first started the Mercury retrograde, it was devastating. I was devastated. Every cycle, I was bracing myself. I was super nervous and anxious. But now you just go with the rhythm, because life is about ebb and flow, right? Like the ocean. So you just ride the wave. But it can still be a rocky wave, my people. So, it interferes with communication at times, transportation, anything about making connections is Mercury. So communications can be off, technologies can go wonky, calls drop. I mean, it just goes crazy. You say something, but it lands on the person's ears completely different. It's amazing. And then after the energy passes, everything goes back to normal. Like what? So if you have experienced the Mercury retrograde, just raise your hand, because Lord knows I have. Okay.
Good time.
And what they say, if you have not, at some point, baby, you will. Okay. So I'm really excited and happy to be here. I pretty much expected to happen this morning what happened, but I'm grateful to be here. And today, we are going to continue our series for May, okay? So I don't know if you remember from last week, but May is all about self-love, right? And so last week, self-love equaled self-care. And we talked about how are we caring for ourselves, like truly caring for ourselves. Are we really caring for ourselves, right? And so in looking at that over the week, I want to I really want to know, what did you guys discover about how you care for yourself? Do you care for yourself? Did you better your practice? What did you do? What did you experience this week when it came to self-care? Now I am going to set the timer, because I want us to get as much out of these 2 hours today as we possibly can. So I don't want to take up too much time with conversation. I want you to get in and get out, because I know you got it like right here on the dome. You're super intelligent beings. So we're going to get in and get out on everything. And we're going to do like a little dance like that. Okay. And as we dance, we're going to make sure that we give us the juice. So give us the primal juice and core root of what it is that you want to convey, what you're trying to say, because we are going to be time with our responses. All right. Everybody good with that?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's get it. So my first question, how was your week when it came to self-care? What did you do differently? What did you enhance? What did you discover about yourself when it came to self-love equaling self-care? Talk to me. Juanita, I know you got something to say. Now, Lily, I know you got something to say. Sheila, let's go. Let's have that conversation. Let's hit it.
It's not encapsulated into that boom boom yet. So
What you
give me
mean?
a minute. It ain't gonna be quick. So
it ain't gonna be quick.
I'll be quiet for now. Yeah, because I'm sorting through it still. Okay. So I will be going around and around till I figure out what I'm really trying to say.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. I'll start if it'll make it easier for everybody. I know y'all, I hope y'all know y'all showed up to participate. Like, I know I'm a whole vibe, I'm a whole mood, but it's not my show. So I'm in life coaching mode. I got my life coaching hat on. And if you don't know, I am a professor. I am a director in theater. Like, leading people and telling people what to do is what I do for a living. Okay. So I have that hat on. You want me to wear it? And I'm a mama of 6. You want me to wear that hat? No, y'all don't want me to wear that hat. Y'all don't want me to do that. So we're all going to participate. We're all going to jump in. Everything you have to say is valuable. And actually today, that's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about value and worth today. So jump in and let me know about how your week went when it came to self-care. If you didn't do it, you didn't do it. If you want to share, you want to share. But come on, let's get the conversation going.
I'll say something that did resonate with me that you kicked off our week with. I think it was the word of the week about, tell yourself, I do love you, because sometimes I get stuck. And this is something from way, way, way back that I've had to learn to overcome. Sometimes being somewhat what you might call outstanding, and then dumbing myself down so that I fit in. So that part of loving myself, I'm learning that just because I understand something in a way that it may not be understood generally, I don't have to interject that. I can, conserve, know what I know, love myself in what I know, and learn from the group where I need to learn from the group, because there's so much value in understanding where others are at the same time, that there's loving yourself in that maybe that outstanding aspect, I don't have to be, so quote unquote outstanding, I don't have to be standing out. I can learn how to recognize my value within the group, where we are as a group, and allow that time to be more bonding among us. And I'm not talking about our group. I'm just talking about like from elementary school, because I was always winding up in fights and getting beat up because I know, yada, 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 yada. And it's like, it ain't making sense to us. Shut up. You just think you something. And so then I guess that was the point where I started just kind of like dumbing myself down. But I'm learning that just because I learned to operate with all of us being at different levels, because people have to sometimes probably dumb down to deal with me and my lack of understanding things at a higher level. And, but learning how to meet each other where we are, learn how to meet myself where I am, and to realize that you don't, because it's like if someone would compliment me, I would be like, oh, but I got this flaw, I got that flaw, I got the other flaw, so I'm not perfect as it may look at what you compliment me for. So now I'm learning to accept the compliment and to realize that don't necessarily make me outstanding. That means I might have something going on that somebody can appreciate. And somebody else got something going on that I can appreciate. And, we can really bond better if I can be in that better place of accepting myself and accepting others.
Girl, you are in the right place.
Did I make some sense at all?
Yeah, you made a lot of sense to me.
Yes,
I mean, raise your hand if you
that
can
was
relate to what
beautiful.
she was saying. Like, there's no wrong in this space. So I want to make that very clear. Whenever I run a group, there's no wrong in the space. How you express is how you express. So thank you so much for sharing. What I appreciate about you as I'm listening to you is I'm sitting here, I'm like, I love how Juanita, like, you have a great way of balancing, well, this happened, but how did it relate to me? And what was my part that I played in it? And how did I, you know, I just love how you're able to see the reflection of yourself in so many different situations. Like, that's really dope. So yeah, I like your perspective a lot. You can put it on thick like I can with the talking, but we both gonna work on that, right?
Yes, and helping each other and doing so. And I thank you. But
Yeah.
yeah, what you said at the beginning of the week, you know, about loving ourselves. You know, look in the mirror, look in our hand, or whatever. That resonated really in some way in everybody's show. Yeah, last week it came out in some way or another in everybody's show, and it resonated for me in things I experienced through the week. So thank you for kicking off the week with that whole, you know, how are we loving ourselves aspect.
You're welcome. You're welcome. The affirmation was, I love myself unconditionally. And when I first read that affirmation years ago, I was like, oh, I was feeling some type of way. Because in that moment, I had not ever contemplated loving myself unconditionally. Love everybody else, all my children, my husband, you know, all that. But I never actually contemplated loving myself unconditionally. I'll beat up on myself, talk about myself real bad, tell myself I'm not doing good enough all the time. You know what I mean? So to really take that moment to say, I love myself unconditionally. What does that mean?
That's powerful.
That means even on my bad day, even in my worst moment, the same love I would give myself when everything is great and everything is grand is the same love I have to give myself when it's not. It's that simple. Be gentle with myself, show compassion to myself, you know, make myself feel better. Girl, you feeling down today? Girl, what we gonna do to make ourselves feel better? Like, you know? So anybody else want to share? I'll take one more.
Good day, good day.
Hey, Nawili.
Hey, love from Cali, y'all.
Woo, woo, in the building.
Thank you so much at Peace for, you know, all you bring, all you share. And Juanita, thank you. I this week, and Juanita, I'm just gonna piggyback on what you just said about acceptance. Acceptance was really big this week for me, for myself, from the inside out. Accepting all my quirkiness and nuances and creativity and all I show up and am, and all I choose to share with others, and accepting others. So that showed me how deeply I'm learning and allowing myself to love myself so that I can love others. And it really came up pretty in my face because I'm interacting with someone I have met in Detroit. So unexpected. So all of a sudden, you know, I feel like everyone you meet is a mirror. So now I got this new mirror in front of me, and I have to say, anything that I'm seeing in you and you're seeing in me, let's allow that. Let's bless it. And my thing is, let's stay in the loving, no matter what. No matter what. And it works. It works if you work it.
It works.
But you
gotta
work
what you know about Johnny Coleman? It works if you work it. I know all about it. Yes. Yes. Yes.
So,
love it.
You know, it was a really, really wonderful week. And with me preparing to come to Cali, I always get like anxiety because not in the travel on the plane or anything, but just in what are my expectations as I'm getting ready to come home, get back on another faster track than I'm used to in Detroit right now. But every day I looked in the mirror. I love myself unconditionally. There are no mistakes. There are only divine opportunities. Whatever is going to be is already in divine order. And absolutely, I have been told by the ancestors, by my guardians, my guides, and by God Almighty that I'm ready.
Period.
And I'm ready. So thank you so much. At peace. It was, I mean, the way you brought it and the way you laid it out, it was just like walk down this path this week and be at peace. And be at peace.
All right now, Wheelie. That's right. That's all I come to bring. I don't come do no harm. I don't come, that's it. Just be at peace, Thank you now, Wheelie. I appreciate that. All right, ladies. Without further ado, we're going to get ready for this week. This week is going to be even more phenomenal. You know why? Because it's going to be like in the 80s in Detroit. Listen, I don't know about y'all, but that's a game changer for me, okay?
Hey, what?
I'm being out every day is a game changer, okay? So yes, I'm really excited about this week. I hope you guys will get excited about this week. Something about this week is going to bless you. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be great. All it needs is one thing. It's like that one hit. All you need is that one hit and you can eat off of that for the rest of your life. So all you need is one hit and you'll be able to eat off of it for the rest of the week, okay? So today we're going to talk about self-love equaling self-worth, okay? Now, worth and value, two different things, and we're going to get into that. Before we do, I want us to take time for our meditation. We got to have a meditation, y'all. You know that. So I want you to take a moment to get ready for that. If you don't know me or know already, I am a meditation coach. I have been for nearly 20 years. Meditation is a very important part of just your overall mental health. It's like taking a vitamin every day. It's very, very important to incorporate somehow. There's many ways to do it. If you want to find out more, I definitely can help you with that. So today we're going to meditate and we're just going to take some time to ground ourselves because I really want you guys to take time to contemplate like everything about you that makes you who you are. Not just the negative, not just the positive, but as they blend together as one, because one is no less than the other. Oh, I'm so this and that. That's great. But oh, I'm so this and that. That's cool. Like really it is. They're both the same. You understand? And when you come to understand that it is all one, it is all God, it is all good, it is all goddess, right? When you come to really understand that, you can make some very powerful changes in your life. Like you can really manifest things that you've been wanting for quite some time, right? So we're going to take some time to meditate and bring ourselves into alignment with all of who we are, the entire culmination, because you can't be at peace if you're not taking the time to love all of you. If you love all of this about yourself, but you despise that, self-loathing is a real thing that a lot of us go through. I know I went through it for a long time. Self-loathing. Oh, but I'm just such a horrible human because my daughter passed away. Not giving people their responsibility on things, carrying a lot of stuff that wasn't my own. I fell into a path of self-loathing and it showed up in my life. It showed up as poverty. It showed up as, low self-esteem. It showed up as a lot of things. And I had to gradually grow out of that. There's no reason to beat up on myself. There's no reason to think that I'm not worthy, that I have little value. Like, there's no reason to think that, right? And so I started to change and choose my thoughts, change my beliefs, and things definitely got better. So I want to share that with you all as a guide, and hopefully it can help you. All right, so get comfortable wherever you are. Comfort is different things for different people. So if you want to lie down, go ahead and lie down. If you want to sit up, you can sit up. It's completely up to you. As long as you can hear the sound of my voice, you're good. Okay. And I want you to feel what it feels like in your body right now. All right. Just inhale through the nose, exhale out the mouth. Inhaling and exhaling normally, like you normally would. What is it that you notice about your breathing? Take mental note of what's happening in your body as you breathe normally. Now we're going to take a moment and we're just going to maneuver the breath. Just going to maneuver it and move it around. So I want you to inhale through the nose. I want you to gently exhale out your mouth. It means you have to open your mouth slightly. Inhaling and exhaling. And it appears everyone is on mute, which is very good. So I want you to inhale through your nose, and on your next exhale, I want you to let out a sound. Any sound you like. And feel what that feels like to be in touch with your own voice. Inhaling through the nose. I want you to connect with that voice inside you and exhale out your mouth, allowing a sound. Ooh. Ah. Feel the vibration. Inhaling and exhaling. Releasing fully. I see a few closed mouths. I want you to open your mouth and exhale out your mouth. Inhaling through the nose. Exhaling out the mouth. Bring your awareness now to the sound of my voice, to the sounds that are incorporated and encapsulating you right now. And just take mental note of what you hear. Feel what it feels like to just listen. To not have to engage or give anything your undivided attention other than yourself. Inhaling and exhaling. Feeling what it feels like to let go. Allow gravity to do its job and just gently pulling you down to the core of the earth, pulling you down towards Mother Earth. Feel that feeling of release, of letting go. Inhaling and exhaling. Ooh. Yes. Now, as you listen to the sounds around you, find a rhythm. There's always music playing in the background. Find the symphony. Bring 3 or 4 sounds together and just listen to how they harmonize. Remembering to breathe. Inhaling and exhaling. And bring your awareness now to the space right between your brow. Between your 2 eyebrows, there's a space there. Bring your awareness there. Inhaling and exhaling through this space, also known as your 3rd eye. And also what sits there inside your brain is a small gland about the size of a pea. And it's called your pineal gland. This gland is quite lucid, or at least a healthy one is. Very lucid, soft, and fluid. Over time, this gland can calcify. It can crust over, especially if it's underused. So as you inhale and exhale from this space, I want you to envision that gland opening up. I want you to give your pineal gland a little bit of love and attention. And feel what it feels like to wake her up. Inhaling and exhaling. And make a conscious connection to your pineal. Make a conscious connection to your third eye. Feeling gravity do its job by pulling away any unnecessary energy from your aura. Inhaling, bringing the energy up towards the heavens. Exhaling, feeling the energy come through the crown chakra down to the soles of your feet. Inhaling through the soles of your feet, coming all the way up through your body, through your chakra system, up to the crown chakra and out to the heavens. Exhaling, bringing energy from the heavens down through the crown, down the body, through the chakra system, down, 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 through the soles of your feet. And as we take a moment to play with our pineal gland, to soften her, to expand and open her up, because this is where imagination sits. This is where our visualization manifests, from this gland right here. So as you encourage the healthy function of your pineal, one of the ways to do that is to allow yourself to imagine, kind of like you did when you were a child, lying in the grass, looking up at the clouds. You're just gonna look at your thoughts like clouds passing by. You're gonna just allow whatever wants to come through in a most profound, powerful, positive way. Allow it to in this moment. There are no limits. In your imagination, you can do and be whatever you want, and no one can tell you no. Feel what that feels like. Enjoy what that feels like. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling through your nose, gently exhaling out your mouth. As you begin to descend back into your body, take your time. Feel what it feels like to take your time. And be gentle. And as you begin to return back to this dimension, as you open your eyes, look at everything as if you are seeing it for the first time. Discover something new in this new moment. And as you move like the sun, intentionally, slowly, and gently, wiggle your fingers and toes. Gently open your eyes. And welcome back.
Thank you.
Shay, you are welcome. Welcome back. Y'all was traveling and stuff. I synced it. Beautiful. Well, this is always an opportunity to share. You don't have to, there's no pressure. But if you have a pen and paper next to you, I want you to write. Just write. Whatever you brought back with you, I want you to write it down. All right? I'll give you just a few moments to do that. It may be a word, maybe a color, maybe a number, maybe a whole paragraph. But whatever it is, make sure you capture it. Don't let it get away. You have 1 minute. Looks like y'all might need a few more minutes. So I'll put a couple more minutes on the clock. Now you have 1 minute. Thirty seconds. Make sure you use up all the time. Ten seconds. Three, two, one. All right. Take a moment, read over what you wrote. And if you would like to share any part of what you experienced or all of what you experienced, I'll give you a moment to share with the group. If you feel there's something valuable there that you want to share with everyone, please feel welcome.
Okay, this is not Whaley. I when you took us or guided us in and talked about the sounds, immediately outside of those space I'm in, I heard one bird and then another bird. So it was like call and response immediately. And they just kept up. And then I could hear like the white noise or the buzz of the traffic that's on the nearby street, like kind of weaving in there. Um, you are wonderful in the meditations you lead. I so appreciate it. Again, because I said I'm always on your end. So to be able to have this delish meal with you is just a joy to my heart. Thank you so much. And at the end, the 3 messages I got were go all the way, don't stop, and love is all there is. Those were my messages. Thank you.
Yes, now Wheelie, I'm here for all of it. Don't stop, get it done. That's what I hear when you said all 3 of those. That's amazing. Thank you for sharing. I appreciate that. All right, anybody else? Don't stop, get it. That's the theme for this week. Don't stop, get it.
Well, it's Queen Aduni, and I want to just add on the sound. When you said about the sound outside, there was the garbage truck was out there, and so you would hear boom, boom. Okay, and then in here there's some thing I think is the alarm that I need to turn off, and it would go. It was something else. And then the sounds around here, yeah, that was one of those key moments of just going in and just letting things be, just listening. That was cool, because music is all, like you said, music is always around sound, and you just take the bits and pieces and put them together, and you have an orchestra instead of a mess. You have an orchestra of music that is awesome. So yeah, thanks for that. Just cluing in, just being aware.
Yes, thank you, Queen Aduni. And I'm quite sure you can appreciate it as a musician. So the dumpster was the drum, boom, boom. And it's funny because if you really tune in, like for real tune in, especially if you're in downtown or a busy section, it really is a rhythm, like,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
it's just all meshes together. Think of it like a cartoon, you know, all meshes together. So yeah, thank you for that. I appreciate it. I'm glad you got something out of it. Anybody else? One more. We'll take one more. The power of three. Give me one more. And I want to hear from somebody I haven't heard from. So we have Pam here. We have Narissa. Oh, shoot. Narissa's in the building. We have Lily, Ayana. Come on, ladies. Where you at? Okay.
So I'll be quiet if you only want to hear from those you've heard from.
Well, Anita, you are always welcome. Remember that. All right, hit it.
Okay, so two things I want to, three that I want to share that for the sound, I sought to go to the place within me where I do hear the cosmic orchestras. There's a place in me where I do hear cosmic orchestras out of the blue, but I didn't get there, so I didn't focus on that. But what I got out of it was that I need to be in a space where I can hear at that level when I'm doing my meditation. And the third thing is that relax in my piece. This is when you took us to the part with our pineal gland, and it helped me to realize that I needed to relax into my piece. Operate, I wrote it down. Breathe into my peace, relax into my peace, and operate in my peace. And that, finding that space in that moment that you took us to, that pineal gland, it helped me to realize, you know, the place of my power that I had not tapped into, that going forward, I can sense it will allow me to be a better communicator and a better person to relate with, and to for myself. So yeah, that's what I got out of it. Thank you.
Thank you, Anita. Ashe. Thank you so much. I love it. I love that you guys are really receiving it and getting so much out of it, because not only will it help transform you and, you know, into the best version of yourself, right? But it also is a wonderful way, like Juanita said, to bond with others, to connect, to go in, to listen. You know, I really appreciate that you guys are receiving it. So good job on each and every, you each get a gold star for that. Good job. All right. So now we're going to move on to the next part of it. We're going to dab slightly into, we're going to start the first exercise for today. We're going to go over the affirmation. Then Danyelle is going to present her segment, and then we're going to do another exercise. So are you guys ready for the ride?
Yes, so please, can I interrupt for a second and let those who are on Facebook and YouTube know that at 9 o'clock, we will be what do you call it, casting off of the social media and just be in Zoom. So if you want to continue with us, please go to elizabethvisionaryconference.org and just hit the button so you can get your free pass into the Zoom. And we will do that at 9 o'clock. And there we go. That's my 5-minute alarm to let you know. And so at 9 o'clock, that will be happening. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you, Queen Aduni. So at 9 a.m., we're going to come off of social media. And if you want to continue for the next hour with us, make sure you stay on Zoom. All right. Thank you for reminding me. I forgot. All right. Thank you. All right. So let's go into that whole little ride. That's what we're about to get into. Today, this week, we're going to focus on self-love equaling self-worth. All right. Now, value and worth, if you know anything about finance, business, mathematics, you know, if you remembered anything from back in the days with school, I barely do, but I remember some things. And one of the things that I remember is that value and worth are not the same. Okay. If they were, the value of something is not necessarily the worth of that something, right? My children and I were having a conversation yesterday, and we were talking, and my 14-year-old says, the sneakers I want cost $300. Really, $300? Wow, who's gonna pay $300? Like, why would you do that? She works at McDonald's. She's 14. Why would you pay $300 for a pair of gym shoes? But that's her value, right? That's what she feels they're worth, right? So, but as we got into a deeper conversation, and this was all of us talking, chopping the bit, as we got into a deeper conversation, what I was making an effort to help her realize, I don't know if it actually worked, is that paying the worth, or they're telling you that these shoes are worth, $300. You buy them, you put them on because you feel as though it gives you some type of value. The value of the shoe and what it costs to make the shoe. If you knew how much it costs to make that Yeezy, honey, you would not be paying $300. But they told you that it was worth $300. Why? Because it's their shoe. They can do that, right? Is that a value though? Have you invested in it, and have you taken that $300 and made an investment that you can actually say benefits you for the long haul? Well, yeah, it's a good quality shoe, mama, and it'll last me, and da-da-da. Your brother got 2-3 pair, and all of them got a hole in the front. How did that happen? I know he's a little rougher on shoes, but I mean, for $300, shouldn't they be invincible? I mean, it's just my thoughts, because my value of $300 is worth more than a pair of shoes. So I hope I'm making sense. Definitely, please jump into the conversation and expand and expound on this concept.
Absolutely.
Go ahead, Yana. You have something to say?
Oh no, I say you make a lot of sense. That was a lot of sense right there. Please teach these children.
Okay. I don't know what she's thinking, but that's where she's at. So that's what we're gonna do, right? So I want you guys to think about that for a moment. I want you to make a list. I want you to write down 3 things, three things that you feel bring you the most value. What's valuable about you? If you were a piece of merchandise in a diamond cabinet, a cabinet full of diamonds, cabinet full of pearls, if you were a unique and rare artwork at a gallery, what would be your value? What's your value?
That's good stuff.
As a child, thank you.
That's good stuff, man. That got me thinking about. It really got me thinking. I mean, really, about asking for, for what's your value? Like, when you're asking somebody to pay for something that you have to give, or what your gift is, or in a relationship with a guy or a girl, whatever, where is it that makes you feel, yeah, okay, what is that? It don't have to be just a number, money, but in order to be in my life, it's how is that valuable to me? Mm-hmm. And that's when you need to be selfish. Yeah. You need to be like, to take up my time, my space, my energy, all of that. What must you come with? Mm-hmm. Who must you be? That's some good stuff, especially in what I'm creating here with all the different babies that I have, So thank you for that question, because I'm going to linger on that all week. Mm-hmm. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Peace.
You're so welcome. Mm-hmm. My pleasure. You're welcome. I want you to really come up with 3 things and take your time. Like if it takes you till tomorrow or the end of the week or however you want to do it, but I really want you to contemplate that. What is my value, right? 3 things that make you valuable. Why should anyone invest time and energy into you, right? Why should anyone take notice? Why should anyone pay you? Why should anyone, you get where I'm going with that, right? So get clear about what your value is and make a list, all right?
Okay,
Once
I
you-
want to.
Yeah, no, Wheelie, go ahead.
Okay, so I did the like flash game because I have a tendency to overthink sometimes and then start trying to make it fit. So what just immediate came up for me, the three words were my faith, and under my faith was my determination, persistence, my confidence.
Ooh, yeah,
And
she
then
got all in there. Mm-hmm.
then came up love. I will love a bug on a rug. Love, love, love. And then my so blessed creativity, because I'm a create a mountain out of a molehill. So those things. So I get to let those marinate all week too. Thank you.
Yes, you're welcome. Very good. And I heard like 7, 8 things on your list, so I'm loving it.
I
Yes,
know.
yes,
Whoops.
period. So that's what's up. And yes, if you can go do more than 3, do more than 3. But I know when I first started contemplating, like really intentionally, consciously contemplating this thought a few years ago, it really took me aback. Like it was hard for me to think of 3 things. So if you could think of 7, you ahead of the game. It really was difficult, especially we got to touch on this being a mom, right? Because this is mommy mogul mindset, right? So especially in terms of being a mother, we tend to suffer from this syndrome the most, of not knowing our value, of not knowing how to place value on our energy, our time, our intellectual property, our emotional property. All these things, if they came from you, they belong to you. I don't care what nobody say. Just like it being a mama of your children, you are a mama of your thoughts. You are a mama of your ideas. If you're birthing that thing, that's on you. Elizabeth, that's Queen Aduni's baby. She birthed this thing, and so it's up to her to protect, provide, make sure it eats, make sure, all of that stuff, make sure it has its diaper change and it don't, get harmed in any way. That's her baby, right? So we all have these births and these babies that we are caring for. Your ideas, your intellect, all of that is valuable, right? So next to that list of value, I want you to now write either next to it or under it, whatever you have. If you only have one on the page, that's fine. But I want you to write, now, what is that worth? If you had to put a tag on it, whatever that tag looks like, tag might look like numbers, the tag might look like words, the tag might be, I don't know, emotions or feelings or spiritual gifts, whatever it is. But what's it worth? If I walked up to you and you're telling me the value of you is da 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 da, what's it worth to you? What should I be willing to put into you? Because you said it's valuable, it's worth it. What is that worth? Put a number on it, put a tag on it, I should say. Underneath that, I want you to write, this is the affirmation for the week, by the way, too. I want you to write, I choose my value. I choose my value. You can choose your value, especially as, like I said, moms, as business owners, as entrepreneurs, as on our way to moguldom, right? Because a lot of us have so many ideas and so many creative gifts. Now, Wheelie talks about creativity all the time. My business is called I Am Creativity and Company. Creativity is a big deal, right? So all of us are on our way to moguldom. And in that idea of all of my creations are around me and they're out here. This is what a mogul means to me, right? We're out here. All my creations are out here doing their thing. What's the value? What's the worth? And I get to choose it. You get to choose. No one has the right to walk up to, I don't have the right to walk up to Nike and say, you know what? I don't think there should be $300 on this price tag for some Yeezys. I think that's dumb. Who am I to say that? I don't have to manufacture and produce it. I didn't get the materials. I didn't come up with the idea. Like, who am I at the end of the day? Honestly, who am I to your ideas? your creations. You want to create something. Who am I to be like, oh girl, no, that's too much. You know, you shouldn't be charging that. Who am I? What's your value? I choose my value. That's your affirmation for this week. And I choose my worth. I want you to meditate on that this week, okay? That's your affirmations for, we got 2 of them this week, got bonus. I choose my value, I choose my worth. All right, so without any further ado, we are going to jump into the next part of our wonderful morning, our wonderful week, motivation, Mommy Mogul Mindset. So I want to introduce Danyelle Claxton. She's going to bless us with her presence and a presentation. And when she's done with her segment, then we'll go into the last part of today. All right? Yeah, hit it, girl.
Hey, Grand Risings, Elizabeth. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Danyelle Claxton, and I am a mogul of many mindsets. But today we're going to focus on social media. And not just social media, but just tech that's designed to make it easier to get your ideas, to get your business, to get yourself out there. And one of them that I rediscovered recently for myself is group texting. I'm gonna talk about group texting, and not just group texting that, okay, you're creating group text on your phone, be it Android or iPhone. I'm talking about an app that will help you send out mass group texts all at once. Because I'm noticing that people, I have a relationship with people, and everybody wants me to text them and remind them about the show, or text them and remind them about belly dance. And I'm like, it's about 20, 30, 40 people. I'm like, how am I going to text 50 people an hour before the show to remind them of the show? Yeah, that's because people still want to have that personability with you. So I kind of forgot I have a app on my phone called Groups. That's plain and simple, isn't it? Just groups. And you can sit there, you can create different groups. You can have a group of neighbors, you can have a group of sister circle, you can have a group for I don't know, Reiki clients, a group for, and you could actually sit there and group your people together and then create a mass text just for that particular group. You know, you can add a picture, you can add a GIF, which is a graphic image, you know, that might be moving or something. You can put in all the information that you need and actually shoot out that text to more than 10 people. And I'm like, I know I did that this morning, and I've seen 2 people on here from me sending out a mass text real quick, reminding them of the show today. What I am looking for another app that will help me schedule it. So maybe I can do this Saturday night. I can schedule it to automatically go out Monday morning at 7:30, so that I can just reclaim my time. I want to say that, like I said, the one that I got is just called Groups. I've been using it for years. It still works. It's getting the job done. And I can even shoot out a text to all the contacts in my phone. I just realized I got over 3,500 contacts on my phone. I didn't know that. So it's time to clean up. Beauty about it is when you shoot it out, some numbers are probably still don't work anymore. You know, you get that message, you know, that this server is this person is no longer in use. Okay, now I can go in and remove them and clear them out of my phone. But for the most part, I've done this with my belly dance class this weekend. I did it this morning because I remember there's people like, oh my God, can you remind me? And I'm like, yeah, okay. And it's just something simple that you can just download and be like, okay, I'm gonna send it to this group. I gotta send this to that group. It makes it a lot easier to get mass texting for free. Now there are services out here that you can pay for, that, you know, you can do more. If you got more than 3,500 contacts on your phone, you can pay a little fee to have, you know, them do it for you. But if you're like me and you're just now getting started into different projects and different things like that, free is always good. And like I said, it's something simple. It's something you can have several groups and you can send out the different stuff to the different people that you need to send out to. And yeah, that's my little spiel for the day. Just sometimes you just need to send a group text message to people. And also, if you're doing a group text, make sure you give them a call out. Tell them to do something. Tell them to text you back. Text care. I don't know, for caregiving, or text, meditation back to you so that you know, okay, this person wants meditation. This person wants caregiving. This person wants, I don't know, food prep. Text them a simple word so you know exactly what they're contacting you back for. You have to give little things. You gotta tell people what to do, because if you don't, then you'll be like, well, I got the text message, but I didn't know what to do with it. I'm like, oh, okay. So I did text the show today for people to join the show, and like I said, I'm looking for a new one just so I can pre-schedule. So I can pre-schedule it instead of trying to do it right there in the moment.
This is so timely. I have been looking for a group because I literally, like you said, I sit there in 99% of the cases and actually individually send the text, because even if you put group text, do not respond, they respond.
Yeah.
And then you're getting all these tap backs, bing, 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 bing. And so that's what I've been looking for is, so I can still be personal one-on-one and get the message out without me sitting there for 2 hours. So thank you for that, Miss Techie.
You're welcome. Like I said, I'm looking for the one. I'm looking for the ones that have, what is it? That have a better value.
Yeah.
They do cost. And I'm like, I'm one of those people that I do sign up for text. So I do get the text message from certain boutiques and different things like that, especially around the holidays for their sales. So I understand the power of text messaging marketing. I'm just looking for something that, is a little bit more cost effective for all of us that's just starting out. But like I said, that group text is just called group. It's an easy one to get started with.
So let me ask you this. This is my biggest concern about group texting is the replies. So with the apps, how do people reply, or when people reply, does it reply to everybody in the group?
No, when you use the app to send out a group text, you're sending out mass texts individually. Okay. So when they respond back to you, they're responding back to you individually.
Perfect. I have been looking for that. Oh my
God, right?
Yes, hunty. I want to be downloading that today. Y'all about to get texts from me, honey. Yes. Thank you, Danielle. Y'all thank Danielle. Say thank you.
Thank you, Danyelle.
Welcome.
Yes.
Awesome sauce. Yes, we are here, honey, to make sure that you are the best mommy you can be, the best mogul you can be. I know Tay Brown, she has been ghost. Tay Brown is our other co-host here. She's in school, so she will be joining us. I have talked to her about even pre-recording her piece because she has some wonderful jewels and knowledge about our finances, how to make that coin online. And so I definitely want to make sure I include her in the conversation very soon. So she will be joining us soon. In the meantime, you're stuck with me. I hope that I'm good enough for you, because my value and my worth is worth $1 billion. And I'm here with you today for free. So you better like it. All right, ladies. The next exercise that we are going to get into is we're going to look at our list and we're going to look at our worth. And yes, we are going to take the courageous step of sharing it. Bum, 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 bum. Now, this is a very crucial step because you can know that you're valuable. You can know that you're worthy. But if you never show up on the showroom floor, what good is it to you? Right? I'm one of the best. I think one of the most valuable people on the planet, I'm just going to say this, are people, the most talented people, some of the most talented people you'll find are in prison. They can draw like nobody's business. They can write like nobody's business. They can sing like nobody's business. They can play sports. They can live with. So some of the most brilliant minds I've ever met are people who spent time in prison or who are still in prison, right? And a lot of that has to do with what? Self-worth. What is it worth to the world? You know, nobody wants to hear me sing. Nobody wants to see me draw. Even if it's subconscious, it's that question of, am I worthy enough? Am I good enough? And we talked about being enough already last week. Like, you are enough. That's another theme that we've been working with, right? So I want you now to show up on the showroom floor, and I want you to put it out there. You know, this is my value and this is how much it's worth. Can you afford me? Like, you know, whatever it is, you know, okay, so for me, my example for me, my value is that I'm loyal. I am loyal almost to a fault, sometimes to a fault, right? That double Leo right there. Leo is already loyal, but double Leo, my baby. Loyalty is key, right? How much is that worth from another person or worth out to the world? I can't say I expect loyalty in return because everyone's not loyal, but what I can say is it's worth your vulnerability. It's worth you showing up authentically to me. You know, that's what loyalty is worth to me, right? Be authentic with me. Don't be fake and phony. Be real with me, even if you can't be loyal, right? That's for me. Everyone has their own individual stuff, right? So I want you to share that. Go show up on the showroom floor. What is your value and what is your worth? I want to hear it. And I want to hear from more than just Nawili, Juanita, and Queen and Jenny, please. Thank you.
So you wanted to know what our value, our worth, and
what's your value and what's your worth? Just put it out there for the world. Let us.
Because I still am having troubles putting even a emotion towards it. Not saying that you shouldn't feel everybody's worth everything. You can't put a value on a human life, kind of. It's like everybody's so unique and here for such a reason. It's like we don't know. You'll never know until you found your actual purpose, what your value and your worth is.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, everybody's here for a purpose and things like that, but you could be here for a bigger purpose than you ever thought. And so it's like, there's endless values and worths, but they're so extravagant. You have to come with high energy, love. For me, you don't even technically have to come with those things because I feel as though I'm a healing energy, a bit of a healing energy. People can feel my energy before I can, you know. People call me out and say that I have warm energy and I'm inviting and things like that. So I feel like whatever people think you're worth, if they can really feel your energy and feel your vibrantness, and it's up to another person to see what your value is. Because if they don't see what you're worth, then it's up to them to put a price on you. Just like the shoes and things, I definitely am not paying $300 for some shoes that look like socks. Things like that. It depends on the person. People will pay $1 million for it, $1,000, and then they'll cut it in half or something crazy like that. It depends on the person. People grow up with different values and worths. I value love, because love is above all else, and it's strong. I value love, real love, and emotion, and energy, and vibrantness. You can feel it when a person has the energy, just like people can feel my energy. I don't know how. I'm not supposed to know. It's a divine thing. I can just feel it.
Beautiful. Thank you, Ayana.
Can I
Thank
please
you. Now,
chime
Whitney, I see
in?
your hand. Hey, go for it.
So beautiful you're sharing, Ayana, and just in loving support. Aging almost into 70 at the end of the year. I would say at
Woo! Yes.
20, at 20, I probably expressed that. I probably wasn't even able to express it like you are now. So I just give you so much love and so much praise and honor for doing that. My statement when I was in my 20s used to be, make me accountable, which put the ball in other people's court, which I thought was cool because I did not have a clear clue about who I was, what I was worth, and what I was worthy of. Hearing you speak from that place of love, and as we in our lives continue to move from that place of love and to build on it, it strengthens us, it gives us resolve, it gives us the opportunity to be determined, to really step into who we are and to have that faith. And through that, we get that clarity about we are invaluable. And no one can tell us how invaluable we are until we begin to step on those stones that mold us, that give us the courage to say, I am smart, I am intelligent, I am beautiful, I am a woman of whatever it is, those qualities we begin to take on and to pour from them in our daily lives and in our walk. So my loving motherly, because you are like my daughter, is keep going, keep listening, take, like at peace gave us this beautiful, beautiful meditation. Take time to go into that place of stillness, to hear what your still small voice, that great voice that dwells within you, is telling you, the messages it's giving you, the guidance it's giving you. And just ask that question. What am I worth? What am I to see about how worthy and deserving I am of all of this? There should be no place there, not should, I'm trying to watch my words. There is an opportunity for us to have everything that we need, that we desire, that we want. No lack, no limitation. As these Elizabeth women, we have an opportunity to be birthing exactly what we want, even if we don't have all the pieces, to at least have the desire. You know, I want to live in a house that's 3 bedrooms and 1.5 this, and I want it to have windows on the east, the north, the south, the west, and whatever it is. I want my money to flow in and out freely and without effort. I want to know that it circulates and that I don't have to skimp and scrape and say I don't have, or I can't get it. So I'm gonna stop talking, but I had to say that. I couldn't sit on it. So thank you.
Thank you, Nawili. I was going to share something similar as well. I mean, I'm 48, 2 clicks from 50, and I'm feeling it, right? And when I look back and I reflect on certain things in my life, I remember being in a similar space, Ayana, and that in terms of feeling as though love is all there is, which there is, and everyone comes with their own stuff, and they come ready to give what they give, and that's cool,
Right.
but you kind of learn over time, at least I have, that I've learned over time that in honor of my foremothers, like our ancestors, our mothers from before us, in honor of them, I will be able to put words to the value of who I am and the worth of who I am. When you think about our foremothers, they never really had that opportunity, even in their marriages, even in their workplace. They never had the opportunity to say, no, for me to show up for you today, this is how much it costs. Like, this is how much it's worth. We are expected as Black women to just do it, to not complain, to not require a value or a worth on anything that we do. We should just love just for the sake of loving and just be in that space of love. Yes, you should. You should absolutely be. And yes, and it ain't either or. Yes, stay in the highest vibration of love and require there be some worth put on your name, your work, your energy, your value. I'm talking about in 3D now, right? Because in 5D, 6D, 7D, yeah, it's all love, peace, and light. You know, I lived in that space, right? Until I was getting abused in relationships, until I was not being paid what I was worth, until I'm living in poverty, my kids living in poverty, you know what I mean? So it's like, yes, live in that eternal space of love, it's unconditional, and there is no value. I agree, my baby, I agree with you. And know how to speak your value and your worth out here in 3D, and know how to say, because if people show up and they are able to put on you what they think you are worth, you tend to end up taking less. It's just, if I don't tell you how much I'm worth and what my value is, your barometer from your childhood, from your own makeup and understanding of life, you may put 5 cents on what I know is worth $1 million. And then I just take the 5 cents because that's my ancestry, to just take what you've given me and not speak up, know my value, know my worth, set a boundary, say, this is who I am, this is what I require. And that's on period. And that's what I've learned and what I share with other women through the goddess work that I do and sharing, about being on your goddess seat. When you talk about being on your goddess seat, you call the shots in terms of how people show up and what you will and will not accept. There's a boundary, and that value of boundary is super important if you want to stay of high value. If you want to be a high value woman, you are going to set a boundary of worth and say, this is what I require. Thank you. Because everybody don't, one thing I've learned, everybody don't come with the same intentions, love or no love. They just don't. And so, like someone said earlier, you have to, Danyelle said earlier, you have to tell people what to do in the text. Mm-hmm. When you text them, you have to give them a command, right? Because people, psychologically, people love to be told what to do. I mean, if you do the research, that's marketing. People love to be told what to do. They love to be given a command, and they love to respond to it generally, right? So the same thing in your life. You have to tell people, no, this is what I require. This is how I want to be treated. This is how I want to be talked to. This is what I need you to show up with and to be able to provide. And if you can't, we'll work it out from there. I'll meet you halfway. But this is the standard, right? And so I'm going to give other people an opportunity to share, because I do have another story to tell on that, but I don't want to take up all the time. So please, someone else, please share with us your perspective and how you feel.
Yes, very much so. I agree with you also, because at first I wasn't giving too much love or showing, well, I was showing love and things, but I didn't know maybe how to give eternal love. I was setting boundaries more so. I have younger parents who've been through a lot, who definitely told me at a young age and preached to me very much so at a young age, and continue to spread knowledge to me about things and experiences that I will have and things like that, and to set boundaries and things. It was more of boundaries and not showing love. I felt like a lot of love things were fake and things like that, but it doesn't cost to give love. So I can definitely give love. I still have my boundaries very much so set. I will definitely tell people what I will and will not accept quickly, for sure. But that stems from being taught, and the nature nurture part of that. the boundaries that are really strict in my life, I had to kind of let some of those down a bit because it was affecting how I was showing my love and how I was giving love and accepting love and things like that. I wasn't really, you know, I wasn't believing a lot of things because I was told, everything's fake. Don't believe nothing. Everybody's lying, basically. Not in that sense, but you can't believe everything that comes out of everybody's mouth at all times. It's not all pure love. And as long as I'm giving the pure love, they don't have to try to give it back to me. I know what goes around comes around. So that's what I'm not gonna stretch myself too thin, but I'm definitely gonna give love. And it don't matter, like Noeli said, it could be a bug on the ground. You could be a not good person. I'm gonna still show you my love because I know I'm gonna get it back in 10 times, 1,000 times over. And I'm definitely worth more than I can imagine. So if it's more than I can imagine, I know it's more than they can imagine. But yes, anybody else on the floor?
Ashe. Thank you so much, Ayana.
Yes, ma'am.
I see Nyrissa. She took it off mute. Okay, here we go. What's up, lady?
Greetings. My name is Nyasia, and I'm so grateful to be with you ladies today. I think I just happened to be on Instagram and saw that Danyelle or one of y'all shared it. So I'm so grateful, and I'll try to join as often as I can. I'm going to intentionally think about this assignment this week because boy, is this ever coming up as I'm having to negotiate salaries and creating positions that never existed in hospitals before and trying to make sure that doulas are compensated. So just value, worth, these are just words that's been coming up, and definitely entering the dating game. Like, oh, wow, that whole, like, what is it that I expect? But one of the things that came up for me when you first gave us the assignment, one of the things that's valuable about me is my resourcefulness. And that worth, the information that I have or that I'm able to connect people with, it provides opportunities that change their life and sometimes save lives, being able to provide information to women in a hospital setting or just involving birth in general. Because birth is something that I always did as a doula, midwife, it was just something I did, right? And at that time I was on a path trying to just get these birth numbers so that I could get the certification. So a lot of it was free, just giving, just giving. And then it got to the point where I was in poverty too. It's like, okay, we got to flip this. And it just constantly comes up when I'm talking to physicians and all types of people. I'm having to do a lot of educating recently to healthcare professionals, is they keep saying your knowledge is so vast. And it is, from so many different aspects involving maternal healthcare and infants. I'm definitely stepping into just stepping out of this imposter syndrome and owning that I know what I know. Just like I breathe air, I do this work, like the Jordan of this work. And it's okay to say it, because I do it. I put the work in to do it. So, like I said, this worth and value is just right on time for me in my life. And retrograde, the X is popping up, just looking. Yes, at peace, boy. I need to have a conversation with you. Yes. And it was just like reflecting, like, no, not just seeing my growth and acknowledging that. So I had a really traumatic just situation with my ex. So at peace, knowing she was one of the people I leaned on during that time. But just knowing that at this stage, and even before, he was just never worth my time. And the woman that I am now, or the values and standards that I have for myself, the type of individual he is, or the vibration that he has, it just will never or could ever. And that's great to say that at this time. Peace.
Ashe.
Hey.
Yo, I love it. I had a feeling that she was gonna chime in on this part because her and I have done a lot of work over the years with that whole piece. You know, being married and then getting a divorce, both of us learning our value and our worth. And sometimes it, you know, it requires walking away. You know, it requires saying, okay, I'm putting in this love, I'm putting in this investment. I'm not getting anything back that is reciprocal, right, of what I'm giving, right? Because energy is about, it's an exchange, okay? So if I'm giving all of this love and compassion and understanding and paying the bill, you know, helping pay the bills when you need, when you fall, I'm there, brother. I got you. We're gonna do this together. Gonna be dragging you, but we're gonna do it together, okay? And then one day you wake up and you realize, they could be giving more, but maybe they just choose not to because I haven't required it. People gonna give you what they feel like if you let them. You understand? And so then you wake up and you realize, okay, not only am I giving love and all this good stuff, you know, especially when it comes in the workplace. Thank you, Naija, for bringing that up. The workplace, especially when it comes to mothers, women, Black women, you know, we will get honey glazed over. Honey, you could be the most qualified and they will glaze right over you. Mm-hmm. And if you don't say nothing, guess what? They'll act like it didn't happen. Mm-hmm. What do you mean? I didn't overlook you for the promotion. Yes, you did. And I'm the most qualified, my baby. You understand what I'm saying? So being able to speak up in those ways and knowing what your value and your worth is, it matters across the board, no matter any area of your life. You know what I'm saying? Because of the society that we live in, especially being able to speak up in those ways is super, super important. So thank you, Naija, for sharing. I appreciate that. Mm-hmm. Anybody else want to share? Please do. What is your value and your worth? Show up on the showroom floor. Pam, we haven't heard from you. What's going on? How you doing, Aunt Pam? There she go. Hey, lady, what's going on? Getting ready for the hot weather?
I was sitting here trying to figure out how I would answer that question. So I'll answer it like this. When you started the meditation, I was in the meditation with you, and then you said something about hearing your voice when you breathe out. So when I breathed out, I started, as I was hearing my voice, then it started to sound like a tune. And then I went into prayer in the spirit, and I was gone from there. And so it lasted a while after the meditation. And so Spirit told me what I was praying for, because I was praying in the spirit, so it was not English. And God said, you are praying for everyone on this call and everyone that is listening live through Facebook and YouTube, that whatever it is that they need or desire, to get them to that next level. And so as far as my self-worth, well, when I was in my 20s, I was still trying to escape reality. So it wasn't anything there, but I'm just now getting to the point where I can value my self-worth. A lot of people have told me what my self-worth is, and which is important. However, until I know and can be positive about what it is, it's more important than what everybody else tells me. So I am just now getting to the point where I could see that. Because when you get holding on to a lot of stuff and you got a lot of weight and you won't let go, and I am now at the point where I've let go of all that weight that I had. And so I find that I've used those experiences that had me down to help bring me back up, to help give me back my power. Like when I was in depression, I used the chemo experience to bring me out of it. And I just told depression that I'm just going to see you as a habit that needs to be broken. So after I did that, okay, now I see that my glass is half full instead of half empty. I see that I now have the power and you don't. And so I have now dealt with and gotten rid of the last chain that held me. And I'm on a new journey now in seeing my self-worth and seeing who I am. You know, the things that have been said since this Elizabeth have started has really helped me. And I really begin to see myself for who I am. And that's it.
Thank you, Pam. That's what's up. I love it. Thank you so much for sharing. That is so, so important. Anyone else want to share before we move on?
I want to share.
Okay.
So what I wrote down for my value is, I'm going to say my sweetness, my support, and my love. And, you know, recently I decided, I chose, I'm choosing my words wisely. I had to let go of a relationship with an elder. And it was like one of the quickest decisions that I ever made. Like I've just said that I'm done. Usually I try to finagle or I try to see where where I did wrong, and at this point it wasn't even about that. It was just, sometimes you just got to cut people off just to cut people off. And it was one of the most liberating experiences I ever experienced. It was no harm, no foul. I don't wish them any, but it wasn't working for me anymore. And it was interesting, you know, I had a confidant that saw what happened, saw the exchange between us that led up to me deciding I no longer want to associate myself with this person right here. And she recently inboxed me and was like, so are you still, is it really over between you and this person? I was like, yeah, it is. Apparently that elder tried to bring the same energy to her, and she shut it down because she saw what happened to me. And I was like, oh. And it was just like, I felt great because it's like, okay, I realized it wasn't me. Confirmation, it really wasn't me at all. It was it was the hurt and everything that person is in right now. And because they're not ready to recognize it and to heal from it, I do not have to be exposed to that, because by me being around it, it's like I'm going to get hurt because they're hurt. And it's like, nope, we're gonna cut that off. I'm gonna go and do what I need to do. You can go do what you need to do, and then we'll be, you know what I'm saying? We'll be okay. Sometimes people do come into your life for a season, and it's like, it's okay to, you know, back away and say, I need to save myself first. I love myself enough to put on my oxygen mask and do what I need to do to survive. So it felt great to recognize that, to see that, to cut it off, and just to keep it moving. So that places a huge value on, because I'll support you. I love my sisters. I love my elders. I will support you. What is it? I am the sweetest person ever. And I know the cutoff was sweet. and my love, but that does not mean, if you're not worthy of any of this or deserving of any of this, I choose not to give it to you. And that's that. And that's a huge empowering thing for me right now. It's huge. It's huge.
Thank you. Yes, Danyelle, absolutely. And I'm very proud of you for that too, because yeah, you've come a long way since we met. So good job. And yeah, it's super, super important. I learned the power of boundaries and choice the hard way. My first marriage, I didn't think I had a choice, of leaving or staying. We're married, we have to stay together. And you learn over time the power of choice. So, and how you have to first know your value and know your worth to even make certain choices, and it took me a long time to learn that. So yes, the power of choice is important. Thank you. So before we close out, I do have some things that I want to share. I want you to look at your worth, whatever you wrote on the paper. And even if you can't do it right now, this is the goal for this week, okay? I want you to look at your worth on the paper and I want you to double it. Usually what we think we're worth even more than that. So especially if it's pertaining to your work or your moguldom, like I like to call it, your road to moguldom with your business, being an entrepreneur, a coach, whatever it is that you do, an entertainer, put a number on it and double it. Well, I think, and I mean, don't hold back, because again, Nike is able to get $300 for a pair of shoes because they said it's worth $300. You can put whatever tag you want on your coaching, on your singing, on your, sales, marketing, whatever you're into. You can put whatever number you want. One of my favorite mentors on that subject is the late, great Nipsey Hussle. He's a late, great entrepreneur, independent artist, just amazing soul. Just love him to life, okay? And this brother, no name in the industry, when he dropped his first mix album, guess how much he charged for it? $100. He put $100 on his mix album and only pressed out 100 of them. He made it exclusive, honey, as a no name, right? Mr. Jay-Z was so impressed. He said, this young brother, if he has the balls and the confidence to say that his music, no name, out of Compton, gangbanger, who's going to take him, see all of that. If he has enough confidence to come out with his new music on the street and charge $100 and only press out 100, letting you know it's exclusive, I'm buying all 100 of them. And Jay-Z bought all 100 of them. Hey, I'm just telling you what happened. So if you want to put $1,500 on that thing, put $1,500 on it and then double it to $3,000. I promise you, there are people out here who will pay it. I promise you they will. This is one lesson of value and worth that I am learning, okay? And this lesson will manifest in 2022 for your girl. I'm telling you, I've been on this track since 2020, since the pandemic. I was like, oh, hold up. Some things got to change around here. Mm-hmm. So since 2020, I've been on that track of what's my value, what's my worth, becoming a high value coach, a high value woman. Like, I'm not here to play no games. For what? We've been doing that way too long in society, in our own lives, in our families. For what? I looked at politics over the years. I mean, I just came to so many revelations, especially how Black women are thrown under the bus, constantly. We're the go-to. If you can't find nobody else to throw under the bus and to blame for your problems, blame your mama or a Black woman. You understand? And we as Black women have to just say, no, I'm good. No, I'm good. That's on you, boo. I'm gonna need you to hold that one. You understand what I'm saying? And really start speaking our truth. So I really want you guys to feed on that, to meditate on that, to work on that. And you don't have to be roughhouse with it either. I want this, and you need to, whoa, I've been in that phase before. Like I thought I had to fight for my rights. You ain't gotta do that, honey. No is a complete sentence. Learn how to put a period behind it and walk away. It's okay. They'll be all right. I promise. No. Thank you. Have a good day. Love you. You know? But as women, especially women of color, we tend to struggle with that. I want you to work on that this week. Setting your boundaries, knowing your value, and even telling people like, you know what? I would love to do that for you. This is what I charge.
Absolutely.
Work out a payment plan with them. You know, you don't have to, if you charge $1,000, you charge $1,000. That doesn't mean you can't work with them to get to that $1,000. Nobody said you had to drop your price down to $200 because you think they can't pay. Let me tell you something. The cheaper your stuff, the cheaper you charge, you automatically let the customer know it's not worth anything. If you charge $100 when it's something that is of value and worth $1,000, you charging $100 lets the customer know automatically it's not worth it. So whatever your worth is, I want you to double it this week, okay? Yes. So you have your affirmations, you have your focus for this week. It is a phenomenal week already. The Mercury retrograde may slow things down. It may cause a little disconnect and confusion. I want you to just pull your energy back because your energy is the most valuable thing you have. It is. Where you choose to place your attention is the most valuable thing you have. That's why TikTok is so popular. Because they understand the value of taking your attention. All this social media stuff, everything is, it knows the value of taking your attention and bringing it this way. It knows the value of that. All right. So anything that might get awry or get in your way or sense to cause some chaos or anxiety, I want you to pull your energy back with your breathing, ground yourself, allow gravity to do its job and just bring that energy back to Mama Earth. She knows what to do with it. Don't try to carry it. Smile, turn on some good music, eat some good food, drink some water, you know, meditate, go for a walk, sit in the sun. There are so many things available to us to keep our vibrations high. We just don't always choose it. Mm-hmm. Sometimes we go and we choose some junk food, which is going to bring your vibration down. You choose to watch some gossip or some mindlessness on social media. It's going to bring your vibration down, right? That may not be the best option over these next 3 weeks with Mercury retrograde, okay? So I want you guys to be mindful of that. Of course, people call me Mercury. Okay, so I want you guys to be mindful of that and to really do your best to keep your vibrations high and keep connections strong, okay? Now, I also want to share with you a couple things. I have a meditation workshop that I offer for free to women at homeless shelters here in Detroit. I have a shelter that I'm working with particular right now with moms and their children. And so if you guys would be interested in donating anything to the workshop, then please let me know. I would love to receive any donations that you may have. I'll send you my Cash App or I'll put it in the chat if you want to donate money. If you want to donate resources, other resources other than money, you can also do that as well. I'll put my email in the chat as well. It's $@Peace Makita. And then my email is @peace2teach@gmail.com. And so I will be doing a lot more pop-ups this summer when it comes to meditation. My goal is to get more of the community, our community, out meditating and just getting to know themselves through breathing and things like that. There's simple things we can do to help calm the nerves and the mindset of our people here. And that tends to be the number one thing that needs to happen, is we need to work on our mindsets and making sure that we can see clearly what's happening around us and things like that. So I will be offering pop-ups. If you want to donate time, whatever it is that's on your heart that you want to donate, please make sure that you do. And I also want to share with you guys, I was looking in the Natural Awakenings magazine. So if you see this magazine this month, go ahead and grab it. And inside of it, there is called a Mother Bear Sanctuary. Okay, Mother Bear Sanctuary. And what they offer is They foster connections between animals, people, and the earth. But they have a special event coming up that I thought some of us may want to join. It'd be really fun, right? And the upcoming event is on May 21st from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. And it is part of our theme for this month, which is self-love, right? So they're having a self-love inspirational talk with horses. We gotta do it, y'all. We gotta do it. If you've ever been around horses, bro, you talk about here. Where my tree huggers at? Where my tree huggers? Baby, I'm a tree hugger. I will hug on some trees, love on some trees, let them love on me any day of the week. Horses, though, bro, that's taking it to the next level. Let's get it.
I just hugged the tree the other day.
Baby, all you gotta do is hug a tree and it will get you together, won't it?
Yes, I put my feet in that grass, barefoot, and hugged that tree. It was a different vibe.
I'm telling you, if people knew how simple it was to heal themselves, they would be astounded. They would feel so played from all of the money that they're spending on drugs and insurance and everything. Like, they getting played, okay?
Wow.
All you got to do is lay in some ground. I mean, this is scientific. It's not even some metaphysical hoodoo voodoo. No, this is scientific. Lay in some grass. If you're having a real serious illness, you lay in some grass for 15 minutes to 30 minutes per day, and Mama Earth will take care of the rest.
Well, here's the thing. We used to do it as kids.
Yes, all the time. We used to eat dirt, all that. You know?
Outside, we used to play out in the sun, play till we drop, go to sleep outside, be out in the sun until nighttime. And it's like somehow we got adults and we just lost all that. We got creature comforts. You know, it's like, we got air conditioning. No, go outside. It's hot.
Yes.
Sweat. It's
I don't want to be. If one more adult tell me they don't want to be bothered with bugs, I'm like, you got to be kidding me. You got to be kidding me. So I think we should do this. If you guys are interested, again, email me or text me. Let me know who's interested, because I'm definitely interested. I'll bring it up again next week. But it's May 21st from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. It's a self-love inspirational talk with horses, heart-opening qigong, and gentle yoga with horses. I've been hearing about horses yoga and I've been wanting to try it. Some people, they've been doing yoga with goats and stuff like that. It's really weird, I know, but it's different, but it's cute. It's fun. It's a different experience. Let's do something different, right? Okay, and it's a $30 to a $55 donation scale. So whatever you want to donate between $30 and $55 is acceptable. So I'll call and find out more information if you guys are interested. Yes. Okay, I see you in the chat. Okay, period.
What's the name of the magazine?
This is in the Natural Awakenings.
Natural, okay.
It's a monthly publication that comes out. You can usually find them at like coffee shops,
Whole Foods, Nature Patch,
stuff like that. They're free. So check that out. And there's a lot of like really cool recipes, events, and stuff in there. So check that out. So yeah, that is all I have to share. Danyelle, did you have anything to share before we close out?
I do. I teach belly dance every Saturday from 12 to 1 at the collective. It's the 111 collective. I'll put the link in the chat. And I'm trying to think. You know what? I have a really good friend of mine that I'm gonna be real quick about it because we got a minute. You know, he woke up and his arm wasn't working. Point blank. Medical, it happens, and it's like, I take full granted thankfulness for all my limbs working and everything like that. I'm gonna post. His brother started a GoFundMe to help out because we know why it happened. It's an electrical thing that goes on in the body, but you know, we still got life to go on. So if you can, you know, donate something, anything helps. Because this is somebody that was always on the go, and now it's like, oh, you know, universe just kind of stopped. What is it? Right here, right now. So I'm gonna post it. It's for my brother Sean, and it's like, you know, $10, $20, whatever you can help. It's gonna take, basically his arm is paralyzed. It's got the neurons, it's gonna come back. But for right now, he's gotta work everything back out. And, you know, thank God that he woke up, because, you know, It's like, wow, go to sleep and it's like you wake up, something don't work. That's what is it? Pretty interesting to me. So I'm putting in the group chat. I'm trying to paste right now. There we go. Like I said, if you can help out, share with friends, share, we all need to help each other out, point blank. When it comes, that's what mothers do. We're good at coming together and making sure everybody is taken care of. So I want to thank you guys. I want to thank you at Peace. And that's it. That's pretty much it.
Thank you, Danyelle.
Awesome.
All right, guys. So I want to say love and appreciation to everyone that came out this morning. It was so nice to see new faces. Niaja. I said Narissa earlier. I must need to call her or check in with her. She's just my goddess sister. I got to check in. But Niaja, thank you for joining us. It was so great to see you, and I hope you enjoy more. And for all of my beautiful ladies who I love seeing every week, Danyelle, thank you for your segment. And for all of you, I really appreciate it. So remember your affirmations. You got it this week. Enjoy this week because it's all about you, baby. And get out in the sunshine, please. And thank you, because next week is supposed to drop back down. The temperature is supposed to drop back down next week. So this week, ain't that crazy? We're gonna leave that alone for another day.
That's
But
Detroit.
yeah, that's Detroit. Bipolar is get out. All get out. Bipolar is all right. Okay. So yes, get out this bike ride, go for walks, get near the river, whatever it takes to keep your vibration high. I want you to be on it this week, okay? And pray for me because I have a final exam today in my dance class. I have a modern dance class at WC3. I have a final exam. Pray for me. Thank you guys. I love you all so much. Have a wonderful, wonderful week.
Love you guys.
You do the same. Peace,
Remember
everybody.
me here.
Thank you. Mwah.
Yes. Peace out.
God bless you all.
You too, Anita.